This lesson is going to look at adding mixed numbers. Well, the first thing you want to do is add the fraction portion first, and then after that, go add the whole numbers. And we'll see why in a minute. But let's just stick to the plan right now. So 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. And 2 plus 3 is 5. Not bad. Pretty easy. Okay. But what happens if the problem then changes to this? Two and 4/5 plus 3 and 2/5. Okay. Well, still add the fractions first, but let's look what happens. 4/5 plus 2/5 equals 6/5. And so the problem now is that the numerator is larger than the denominator, so we need to convert this to a mixed number. So when we're adding mixed numbers and when we add the fractions first, we want to see if we get a mixed number, and that's why we want to add the fractions first. Sometimes you won't, and therefore it technically wouldn't have been necessary to add the fractions first, and there still are other ways to do this without adding the fractions first, but I think the most efficient way is to add the fractions first. So if we get a fraction where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, like 3/5 in the previous problem, we leave that alone and move on to the whole numbers. But if the numerator is larger, off to the side we have to convert it to a mixed number. So we have to do the division. How many times does 5 go into 6? It goes in 1 time, and then how much is left over? 1 is left over, so we have 1 complete, and then 1 out of 5 is left over. Okay? So now this becomes 1 and 1/5, and now we can go ahead and add the 2 plus 3 and get 5, but we have the 5 from here and the 1 from here, so we can add those together and our answer becomes 6 and 1/5. We have the 1 from here, the 5 from here, making a total of 6 whole, and then 1/5 left over. Okay. Right, so I'm going to have you practice one. Although again, if you understand, feel comfortable with the concept, that you can stop the video here. But let me give you 2 more practice problems. So, let's say we have 7 and 5/7 plus 8 and 3/7. Go ahead and take a second to try to add those two together, remembering to keep this in mind. Okay, so take a look at the fractions first. 5/7 plus 3/7 equals 8/7. So again, we run into that problem where the numerator is larger than the denominator. So off to the side, how many times does 7 go into 8? 1 time with 1 out of 7 left over. So this becomes 1 and 1/7. And over here, 7 plus 8 is 15. So if we combine the 15 plus the 1 makes 16, and then we have the 1/7 over here, so our answer is 16 and 1/7. Let me do one other example. Five and 2/5 plus 4 and 1/10. Well, we still want to add the fractions first. The only problem is we can't do it straight away like we had in the previous problems because we have uncommon denominators. So we need to find the lowest common denominator, which is 10. So we need to convert this to tenths. By multiplying by 2. So now we have 5 and 4/10. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 4 and 1/10. Now we can go ahead and add these. 4 and 1 make 5/10. 5 plus 4 is 9. We didn't have to do anything here in terms of converting this to a mixed number because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. However, this is correct, but we could reduce this 5 out of 10 to 1/2. So a simplified version would be 9 and 1/2. Okay? And then this concludes this video.